November came with many exciting updates, and in this video, we will take a closer look at all of them. One of the biggest updates is moving from Supabase V1 to Supabase V2, and we know you've been waiting for this for a very long time, and now it's finally here. We have upgraded the Supabase package in FlutterFlow from version 1.10 to version 2.6.0. This makes it easier for you to use the latest Supabase features in FlutterFlow and add new features through custom code. This also means that there may be some breaking changes. For example, if you have custom code that used the previous version, you will get this option to switch to Supabase V2, which is the newest version, or stay on the older version. This option will be available for 4 weeks from the time of release, so by this time, you will have less than 2 weeks to update all your custom code snippets. We also now support real-time queries for Supabase. This means if you have a Supabase table where real-time is enabled, you can go to FlutterFlow and in your backend query, switch off single-time query. And voila, your data will be updated in real time as it updates in the database. Here's a quick demo showing the clone of the e-commerce demo app, which has been adapted to work with Supabase tables instead of Firebase. In here, my cart table has real-time enabled, so if there is any update on my cart fields, it will automatically reflect on the UI. But wait, we are not done with the Supabase updates. Might as well call it the Supabase month, right? You can now use Supabase Apple Sign-in natively in FlutterFlow. Previously, only Google Sign-in was supported, but now adding Apple Sign-in ensures that your app is complied with Apple's App Store guidelines, which requires Apple Sign-in whenever Google Sign-in is offered. Check out our documentation for instructions on setting up Apple Sign-in in FlutterFlow, including how to get the required client ID and client secret. There are also some improvements to the password flows in both Supabase and Firebase. The reset password action has now been renamed to send reset password email to better explain its purpose, which is sending a reset password email to users. In Supabase, this sends a magic link for users to log in with. In Firebase, it sends an email directing users to a password reset page hosted by Firebase. A new update password action is also added, which lets you update the current user's password directly in Firebase or Supabase. For Supabase, you need to create a page in your app to handle this, but for Firebase, you can use the default password reset page or create your own. Also, an important note to our Firebase users. Last month, Firebase made some modifications to cloud storage for Firebase. You now need to be on the Blaze pay-as-you-go plan to use cloud storage. Note that no-cost usage is still available even on the Blaze plan. This means that you may need to change your plan to continue using some FlutterFlow features that use cloud storage behind the scenes. For example, the file upload action and the upload signature action. Moving on from Supabase and Firebase, we have made several other updates like adding a new file download action. Now you can specify either a download URL link or directly reference uploaded file bytes if you already have an uploaded file flow. In this case, you will be able to use that uploaded local file from widget state in this option. You can also specify a custom file name, and then when running this app, you will be able to download that specified file in the default download location. Lastly, in the major updates section, we have made our dependencies page much more powerful. We realized that looking at all the existing default dependencies along with the custom dependencies added by users in one place should be very useful to you. So now when you add new pub dependencies or packages in your custom actions or custom widgets, they're also visible on the dependencies page because packages are added at a project level. These custom dependencies added either through the dependency page or through custom actions will also be visible on a new custom code snippet. So when you add a new blank custom action or widget all the custom dependencies added to the project will be shown on the dependencies list on the right side. This way, it is easier for you to keep track of the custom dependencies added to the project and avoid unnecessarily adding the same packages in two places, which could override others or create some project errors. And if you get some other project errors related to the packages, the errors will be shown in both the custom code editor and the dependencies page. Moreover, you can also update the version number of the custom packages from the dependencies page. Other than the major updates in November, we also released some smaller updates as well. Now, in your app settings page, you can search for the settings you're looking for, making it easier for you to navigate through the various project level settings within FlutterFlow. And two new action triggers have been now added for the draggable widget: on drag started and on drag cancel, which are called when the draggable widget has just begun dragging or when the drag is interrupted. This will allow you to build more custom, complex, draggable experiences within your app. And that's all the updates for November. Stay tuned for the end of the year updates. In the meantime, see you soon. Ciao and happy building.